La caca.
All the puppies get
to play Chelsea away.
La caca.
The big dogs.
La caca.
Oh, it's good football.
Going.
Yeah. Nice. Good football. They don't even deserve it.
Oh my god!
Oh my lord.
Oh fuck! Why?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Fuck off, man. Marcus Rashford. He is absolutely dog shite, mate. I'm tired.
A lot of us got it today still. A lot of us got it. And SAEED, man got you in the end. I can't lie, Skullfuggery with the last minute editing there. Managed to fit your little video in at the end. And there's no better place to start, but big up Skullfuggery, man. I can't lie to you. Keeps the videos coming. 2022 now. There's 2.3K waiting. 2.3K waiting for the big six. So big up every single one of you guys. Apologies for being late. It's not on purpose. I know it's become somewhat of the norm. It's not on purpose, and it's something we're going to try and improve on this year. Obviously, we didn't start the year off well, but let's hope onwards and upwards from here. Skullfuggery, big up you. In the channel description below, you'll see his link for his channel, as well as Steve, SAEED, GRIZZ, TOBS, and Matisse. And SAEED, I don't know whether to start with you or start with what Steve thinks of United or start with what Matisse is smiling there. So I don't know if he wants to go. Who wants to start first?
I'll go.
Go on, Steve.
You're first, so you might as well go, innit? You're first on the table.
Listen. We've heard all the shit, yeah? We've heard all the shit from him, yeah? We're going to win the quadruple, yeah? But we let that one go, yeah? We let that one go. We're going to win the Champions League. We let that one go. You're gutted that we signed Cristiano Ronaldo. Swinging in the car park, the Derby Day training session, gherkin ball, pickle press. We've heard the shit, mate. We've heard all the shit. But let me tell you now, the blue side of Manchester tonight is laughing its bollocks clean off because we just watched you gherkin press fuck all and get beat off Wolves that can't score fucking hell in a brothel, right? So Cristiano Ronaldo, yeah. Well, I tell you what, I seen a little dog in the park today. Yeah, it must have been about 20-year-old and dog age. That's about 60, and that ran more after the ball than we did tonight. You know what I mean? That is what I'm saying. But let me tell you this, yeah. Please, everybody know this: if Manchester United was top of the league, every single one of us would be getting it in the neck off them lot. Yeah, them Reds have been giving it me in this city for 20 odd years, yeah. And all I'm going to say is you're 22 points behind that little tiny club that you abused for years over the road, and it's peaked. So for the next 10 years, get your hard hats on, yeah. Get your gherkins out and fuck off back under your rock because Manchester is blue, and that's all I'm saying to you in a bit.
Fantastic from Steve. That was a quality monologue. I just wanted to. I was so shocked because I didn't get to watch the game, and I left just as it was kicking off. I was like, "Oh yeah, United are going to labor to a win," and I was so shocked when I saw that it was Wolves winning 1-0. 1-0 at Old Trafford.
You predicted it in the prediction league.
You did.
1-0, me.
You did, and I had to ask some of my United friends. I had to ask them, like, what the fuck is the issue? And I'm going to ask you as well, Saeed, what is the issue? Because Steve is right. You've come here with a lot of chest. You said a lot of things about this team. And now you're going to do another 360. So what the fuck is the issue here? What is the issue?
Matisse?
Toby, can I answer that? If I know I'm usually in school, so I just want to put my hand up. Is that okay, Toby? Is that all right?
Give it in, Matisse.
I put my fruit shoot down. I've got something to say because you know, there's a lot of disrespect. There's a lot of disrespect for other German coaches, isn't there, Grizz? On the TL, talking about Klopp, talking about Tuchel, talking about the father. And listen, I rate your appointment, but we did say to you this was going to take some time, and I find it very ironic. I find it very funny from the Manchester United fan base talking about we're going to do what Chelsea did with Tuchel. You see what Chelsea did with Tuchel? We're going to do what Chelsea did with Tuchel. The club that are known for stability, known for the Sir Alex Ferguson era of not sacking managers. Now you want to be like us. Well, I'm afraid you don't have the facilities for that, big man. You don't. That's not your walk. That's not the way that you, man, strut your stuff.
Matisse,
you're going to have to take some time to deep this. It's not going to be an over-the-night Champions League win for you, man. It's not that. It's not going to work. No. You're not us. Do you? That's what I have to say. Manchester United, do you. Don't do what we do. You do you. Do you. Biggest club in the world. Do you. All right? That's all I'm trying to say.
Listen, they call him the father, yeah? They call him the father of Klopp and Pep, yeah? He's like one of them fathers, innit, that says he's picking you up at weekend and don't fucking turn up. And he's like one of them fathers, yeah, that says he's getting you a PlayStation for Christmas and you end up with a tenner in the car. That's the kind of father he is, innit? So leave him away. He's a deadbeat father, innit? He's a deadbeat father, innit?
Grizz?
We can't all pile on, man. I don't like pylons. I don't like, you know what I mean?
You're always sitting on the fence.
Let's pile on.
We're piling on you in a minute, so you might as well pile on it.
No, that's what I'm doing, innit? That's what I'm going to do, innit? Tactical, innit? So it's all tactical, innit?
Saeed is going to cuss you out for not being in the title race, and you're going to... All right, cool. Look at my last call list, yeah? The brother called me. The brother called me SAEED United. Can you hear it? Can you see it? Yeah.
He called me in it. I didn't answer. I didn't answer because I knew he's gonna call me and say, "Listen, just take it easy, innit? Take it easy, calma, and all that business." Yeah,
it was actually by accident, but yeah.
Brethren, you saw that, yeah? He called me like 5 minutes before the show, like, "Take it easy. Let's sort something out." I didn't answer. Because, you know, he did. He came out with a lot of chest. He came out with a lot of mouth. But it is what it is, man. It's an emotional game. It's an emotional support. We know our brother gets carried away. He got carried away. Let's dance. Father of gegenpressing. Tuchel's dad. Klopp's dad. But the guys, he must have got the tactics from the mother's side, then, innit? That's what I'm saying. Because if he's Klopp's and tactical Tommy's dad, the tactics he's employing right now must be from the mum's side. Because the brothers, he's not doing a good job. But I'm just gonna add. Look, not only is the manager not a manager, we discussed this. Me and Steve said it. I think he's not a coach. He's an organizer, basically. You know, he's like the director. What's the word? What's that? You know that when they do the event manager, he's the events manager, man. He's not hands-on. He don't know about coaching. He likes talking in forums, conference rooms like I am right now. You know what I mean? I'm looking to meet him. This is why I am. People are asking where I am. I'm in a conference room, hoping Ralph comes through so I can just sort of give him a pep talk. You know what I mean? This is what he does. He goes to forums and talks. So look, at the end of the day, I just want to talk about the squad, guys, because I think the squad's overrated, you know, and I said this in Ole's time, and I'm saying it now. People talking about, this squad is capable of challenging for the title. I said it at the time. It's really not. It's not even close. It's not even remotely close. It's a bad squad of players, and they're way overhyped. And I just think sometimes we need to look at the players as well, because those players, some of them are trash, man. They're trash.
But they should not be seventh, Grizz. Like,
see, I don't want to get into this debate again because
it's mad. Like, they're meant to be in the top four comfortably.
I said if Ralph's got anything about him, go. Sorry, yeah, go, Tubbs. Tubbs, go.
I was gonna say, Grizz. I don't think it's a bad squad. I just think it's very imbalanced. Like, there's such an imbalance in that team. Like, they're so top heavy, but yet I don't really see a cohesive attack being formed from the players they have available. And then the midfield, I think they've had the same issue for years, in the sense that they simply don't have anyone who's consistently good at controlling games in that midfield, breaking up play in that midfield, and just keeping things ticking over. And then the defense it's actually getting worse year on year. Like they signed Champions League Varane, they've signed so many players, and the defense is getting worse. And I'm not putting this on Varane because I don't think Varane's actually played much football. Varane is quality, but what I'm saying is that the ever presence in that defense, they're getting worse. They're actually getting worse. David De Gea has been worked mercilessly this season as well. Like it's such a weird situation for Man United because they've invested so much money into so many players in that squad, and they're not really in a position to go around selling them. Phil Jones, what the fuck is he doing?
It says CR7.
That's rude. He was probably their best player.
Rude.
The vegan press.
Yeah. But do you know what the beauty of it is, right? Because I thought I'm going to come on this show today, right? And me and Matisse are going to get it from 50-50 because like neither of us have covered ourselves in glory this week, right?
I'm happy.
And then,
I'm not gonna
and then
lie.
Man United just said, hold our beer, brother. We got you. We got you.
I told you.
It's a lot of work.
I told people this, and people were flipping last week in the comment section. Like, listen, as much as Arsenal are giving people funny moments and opposition fans funny times, Man United have made me laugh over the years. So can you imagine that? If you're laughing at times about Arsenal, Man United have made me laugh.
I said last week they are the new banter club, and everyone was saying, "No, it's still Arsenal. It's still Arsenal." It's not. Man United is the new banter club. It is what it is.
Saeed, should I go through the comment section first, or do you want to have something? Do you have something to say? I don't know.
Go for it. Go for the comments.
Go for it, yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. Let's give the viewers a word as well. Ronaldinho says, "Can we talk run? Shocking performances without goals." We're definitely going to touch in on Ronaldo as well. We're finishing above Chelsea, says Joe. I don't know. Arsenal fan, I'm assuming there. Ralph, the dad of Tuchel and Klopp, please, man. He is that stepdad you don't take serious. Big up Talk Trends and Blue Moon, just a lot of laughing emojis. Pickle Press. Big up Ali, Saeed, shush. I don't think he needs to be told shush today. I think he knows what it is already. Philip Jones was United's best player. It's peak. The car parks were vacant in Manchester today. This Saeed guy had so much chest for Chelsea. When will you ever learn to stop flapping your gums too soon? Reggie Forts, the arch rival Saeed. Azad says, so this Ralph fella taught Klopp, Nagelsmann and Tuchel all they know, did he? Well, they obviously didn't listen. Got a few more here. 3 days already and my head's still hot. Caught COVID and been quarantining alone. This is the highlight of my day for real. Best football show in the world. Don't tell Robbie I said that. I tell Robbie that myself anyway. Do you get me? It is what it is. You man tell me that, so I tell it is. You know what it is already, people. 5K in the building. As I say that, I look up and I see 5K in the building. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you guys support the rest of the man. Them Steve, Saeed, Grizz, TOBS, Matisse, and Thuggery. All the channels in the description below. Big up Usman. Gagan pressing to Conference United are back. Events manager, Grizz, you're rude. And Suhaim says, I hate Man U and I respect and like Saeed, but he looks like a cute Winnie the Pooh with a hoodie. Joe says we're finishing above Chelsea, Saeed, in 2020.
Yes.
That wasn't even, you can't, I don't think 2021 does it justice. I think December 2021 should really be put there.
Last week I heard that, last week.
Do you know what? Phil Jones today, fair play to Phil Jones because I reckon he's been like making the tea, dishing out like cones, hot dogs, putting the bog roll in the bog roll dispensers and that. No one's seen him. And then he just comes in tonight and plays better than Harry Maguire's played since he ever played for Man United. Fair play to Phil Jones. You know what I mean? You've got yourself a true warrior there.
You're taking the piss. You're taking the piss. You are taking the piss.
Oh man!
No, but jokes aside, Look, Steve is taking the piss. But tell me,
try to keep a straight face.
No, but Steve, tell me the difference, Steve, between a centre back that hasn't played since England last played in the World Cup, apparently. Yeah.
No. Yes, played since Ferguson.
To someone who they bought for how much was Bailey? 50 million or 40 million, and Harry Maguire 80 million, and Varane, Champions League Varane. And who else have they bought? Lindelof, 35 million. Tell me what the difference was. What they've been doing. They had a hero in their ranks all this time. Why didn't you just cut on Jones long time? Because he done a decent job. You're right. He had Jimenez. He didn't let Jimenez score.
Man said Varane. I can't get over that.
Look at what United have done to Varane, fam. Man, I just
That is Champions League Varane, you know. We need to put some respect on this brother's name. He's been contaminated. This is what we talk about. We talk about top players going to Manchester United over recent years and being contaminated. Like
That's the
Di
word.
Maria. Di
That's the
Maria.
word.
Contaminated. Contaminated Di Maria. Contaminating
United.
Varane. You're taking Real Madrid 3 Peters and you're putting them in this. Like, what are you lot, man? This is mad.
Stuck in
I've
a
never seen
time
anything
warp,
like
innit?
it.
They're stuck in that time warp where they think these big players, oh, they want to play for Man United and all that. They don't. They've got to throw pure dough at them now. It's not that Man United anymore where you put the shirt on the table and you go, you know what, I want to wear that shirt. Nobody wants to wear that shirt.
Sancho
Even
contaminated.
their own players don't want to wear that shirt. Ronaldo's thinking the transfer got rushed through and now he's thinking, fuck me, man. What am I doing here now? Now they're stuck. The whole place is all over the place. It's disjointed. It's mismatched. The roof's still leaking. It's absolute brilliant, man. Just keep cracking on, man. Keep cracking on. Man City are tearing up records. You know what I mean? We're 10, 11 points clear, 20 odd points clear of you. Keep calling us. We've got no fans. We're a shit club. We've got no history and all that. But I tell you what, I'd rather be this club right now than that club. Let me tell you that, innit? Life's good on the blue side of Manchester. Them rainy days are all over on the Stretford side, innit? Now it's all sunshine and roses over here.
Mad.
I ain't got my hood up, innit? He knows it. Look at his face. He knows
He's
it.
speechless.
I've never seen Saeed like this.
Tuchel Van Gaal has outlasted, it seems to be the professor already. It's very interesting. It's very, very interesting because, I mean, are we going to talk about, Saeed, are we going to talk today or what are we doing? Because we could talk about the Chelsea-Liverpool game.
I thought it's going to carry on the
to talk,
super chats.
I'm more than happy to talk about the Chelsea-Liverpool game. I got so much pride and praise for my team. I can't lie. After everything.
You know what, though, Saeed, I heard
Saeed,
your vlog after the game, and that was the most honest and truthful I think I've seen you. No bullshit now. You've got the platform tonight. You've got the platform tonight. Start digging out some of these players. Tell us which ones aren't good enough for Manchester United Football Club, and tell us which ones you keep and which ones you won't keep, innit?
After today, you know what I mean? Only people that can cover themselves in any glory is probably Phil Jones and David De Gea. The rest of them, mate, I think some of them, mate, I'll be honest with you, they're overpaid, they're overrated. I think there's some of them out there thinking I'm baffled as to how much they cost Man United, mate. We're just shit, man. I'll be honest with you. Listen, I only banter here because it's like a front in it for me. But we're shit. You know what I'm saying to you? We're shit. Like, I want to say it live on there. We are shit. The squad is shit. The manager, for me, made a mistake in taking Greenwood off. You have to criticize that. Sancho not adjusting to this team. I think some of them are just clueless. Rashford, you know what I mean? When you look at people earning 200 grand a week, I'm sorry, but he's nowhere near it. For me, we've seen the best of Rashford. I don't think there's ever going to be a better Rashford out there. And I think we're just shit, man. I think there's a lot of disjointed players. We're a disjointed team. We're players from different eras all mixed together. Wan-Bissaka, I don't know if he's a footballer or not. Someone has to confirm that for me today live on a Big Six. I genuinely think, like, how did this guy make it a footballer? And I'm not even trying to disrespect him, man. I'm being real, man. He cannot do the principles of a footballer and a right back, mate. And that is scary. You know, today I witnessed something that I should never witness in my life. And it's that Wan-Bissaka trying to cross. Like, seriously, man. Now, I'm being serious, man. This is serious talk, man. I'm being serious. 50 million. I want to know how we paid 50 million for Wan-Bissaka.
Come on, bro. We'll produce a right back for you.
I don't listen. Listen, I'm about to go there shopping, mate. Because listen, Ronaldo, you know, I maybe got finessed in this thing where we have to play to Ronaldo. It's not working. Cavani is doing a lot of dog work for Ronaldo. It's not fair. Cavani should be the one up front, not Ronaldo, if I'm being honest with you. But they don't work together. And I think Ragnick.
Facts.
Yeah.
Keep spitting, bro. Keep spitting.
Yeah. I'll be serious, man. Listen, I want Ronaldo to work, but there's a lot of dog work you got to do for Ronaldo and Cavani, man. I feel sorry for him, man. But then again, he wants to leave. We've got players that want to leave. We've got players on the bench who want to play, but the manager's not playing them. We've got players who are sulking, mate. I've said it and I said it again, man. If you don't want to play for Man United Football Club, get the fuck out of here, man. I'm being serious, man. Some of these players, man, you know, we should be lowering their wages until they show a bit of effort and a bit of desire to play for the badge, mate. Some of them are coasting. Some of them don't want to train after 5 o'clock. Are you fucking taking a piss, man? You know, some of them just have had a divine right to play for this football club, and it's not good enough anymore. Ragnick, please, if there's one thing you do at this football club, is get rid of the players that don't want to be there, man. I'm sorry, man. I can't take this anymore. I've seen the worst of Ollie. And you know what, man? I have to almost admit it. I got it wrong. Some of these players are shit, man. As much as the manager was poor, we played 85 million for Maguire, 50 million for Wan-Bissaka. Some of these players are not good enough, man. We can't be having Scott McTominay in midfield. We can't be having Matic, who's finished as a player, 33 years old. He's finished. But yet again, the players are failing to understand. We've got players that are just low IQ. They just don't get it. And I'm like, you know what, mate? It's going to get worse, man, because some of the players have given up. I seen Rashford today, right? Live on air, after he did the worst possible pass in the world. Put his head down, mate. Shame on you, mate. You're earning 200 grand a week. Put your head up and you try again, mate. But you know what you don't, do you? Because you know you've made it Old Trafford. It's too comfortable for you, man. But you know what, man? I'm just tired of this shit, man. And you know what, man? I don't think Ralph Ragnick can sort this mess out, mate. I really don't, mate. And I don't know what manager will. I'll be honest with you. No manager is going to sort these players out. For me, I'm willing to get these players out and start again, mate. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm willing to start again because some of them are not good enough, mate, for this football club. And I've been here for 7, 8 years, man. And they're still thinking that, yeah, I can prove another manager wrong, mate. No, you're just shit. And you need to leave for the benefit of our fans. And we get players who want to play for this football club. And that's all I've got to say.
You know what? That was, you know, I felt that. I'm not going to lie. You know, I was rooting for him. You know, he knows I'm always rooting for him, but I felt that. But I just wanted to very quickly ask Saeed, what did you think about Luke Shaw's?
Saeed ain't smiling. He ain't
No. He's serious. He's serious today.
I'm being serious, man.
But I don't know if you guys saw Luke Shaw's interview after the game. Did anyone catch his comments? No. And he was asked, like, is it time? Is it need to give you time because of the new manager and whatnot? He goes, I'm not sure. He actually said, I'm not sure. We didn't feel connected. We didn't feel together on that pitch. There's problems even with this new guy. There's problems. They obviously don't like.
No, but they're not willing. So, GRIZZ, can I say something to you? They're not willing to even press, mate. There's certain things that the manager can do.
Problem,
yeah.
That's my point. Like, they're not adjusting to his tactics. They're not liking his tactics. He's obviously making them work like no other coach has. And some of them are not liking it.
Well, if they're not willing to learn, they need to fuck off out of here, mate. If you're not willing to press and do the simple things on a football pitch, I don't really like gloating about running around and all that, but these are the basic things that other teams do well. And why they do well? Because they're successful. And if you want to be successful, you have to put a shift in. And some of these players, man, they're just coasting at this football club and there's no accountability. Maybe there wasn't under Ollie, but now, mate, there's no more excuses. There's no more shortcomings. You're either here or you're out, mate. And that is as simple as that. So what you say about GRIZZ, that some of these players are confused, mate. Sure, you've been here 7 years, mate. You should be, you know, you're not talking about confused. You've been here 7 years, mate. Talk about confused, man. You should be knowing. The first thing you should say is that players should adapt to what the manager does. Not about confused, man. Who do you think you are, man, about confused? You should be the first one coming here and say we're getting it right, mate. Not confused, man. It's another guy as well, Shaw, that we overrate as well, man. We have 6 months to Shaw here, and we're thinking he's the next God thing, mate.
I spoke about this. I spoke about this a couple of months ago when you guys were chasing the manager and everyone was calling me negative. And I was arguing with Toby on this subject. Manchester United squad is a mess. It is full of different players for different styles. And when you were searching for a manager, I was saying this and saying that you got some players that can press, some players that can't press, some players that do this, some players that won't do that. They're all from different teams. They don't look like a unit. And the only reason why Ragnick is still a good appointment is because he's not the manager. He's the director of football. And when he goes upstairs and he brings in a new manager, you guys have got to clear out half that team. And you've got to get a team that has one core identity and one core philosophy and one core like direction. Right now, you've got a mess of a team. Ragnick,
absolutely,
he's not going to be able. Ragnick might not be able to fix that, but that doesn't matter because he's going upstairs anyway. So Ragnick, there's no point saying Ragnick wasn't the right appointment because Ragnick is not a manager. He's not the
Absolutely.
manager, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, not you. I'm just saying people that are going to start saying Ragnick out. Like you need to remember, Ragnick is going
tell you a
upstairs.
problem.
That's the whole point.
Let me tell you the problems at United. They've got a disjointed team, right? But the problem is, man, people will have a go at Sancho, and I get it. But when you've got a player who doesn't even, the players around him don't even understand the principles of getting the ball, play it to feet, and let's keep it moving. We've got Shaw who doesn't want to overlap. It doesn't help Sancho. He's not the quickest Sancho, by the way. I'm surprised by how quite slow he is. But then again, that's not his game. Everything's to feet, everything's to play, quick here and move. You've got Matic, who's next to Phil Jones and Varane, who doesn't want to vacate going forward. He doesn't want to kind of really risk anything. But that's his role, isn't it? Then you got McTominay, who for me hiding today again. He's gone back to his hiding. McTominay. The whole team is just joined. Then you got Cavani, who's so deep, and then you got Ronaldo, who's goal hanging. I mean, how on earth are you supposed to play football when you've got people do what they want to do and not playing together as a team? And Ralph Rangnick, what was alarming me today, he goes, they asked him a question about pressing. He goes, but it's about mentality. So there he's putting the players to blame and saying, well, I can't tell the players to press, can I? I can only say how much I can do from the touchline and tactic. But these players on the pitch, when they go out there, they've got to apply themselves.
We need to give Wolves some credit. That's what we need to do.
Absolutely. I said it.
We need to because I know around the half an hour mark we move on. I have to give Wolves credit because this team this season, I wasn't sure what their identity was going to be because they've come away from Nuno and whatnot. This team have taken points off United. They've taken points off my team. They've taken Man City and Liverpool to the depths, like the deep depths. Like this Wolves team needs some serious credit. They have been unbelievable. I've got so much respect for them. So much respect.
Martinho ran the show.
I call him.
He's unbelievable, Martinho.
I call him Bruno Large and in charge.
I heard Neves.
You know what I like Podence. I thought that Podence is a great little player.
It's like Hazard, man. It's like Hazard.
Yeah. Some really nice players, man. They really do.
Listen,
credit to their scouting team as well.
He's got them playing again. Like
what'd you call him?
Bruno Lage. Log.
Oh, you call him Log.
Isn't that his name? Lage, Log. What's his name?
Large, innit? I literally told you Bruno Large, innit? Large and in charge.
Yeah,
and
so
then you turn around and call him Lager.
All right, cool. Bruno Lage. Calm down, boys. Yeah, calm down. I know your team didn't win this weekend, but don't take it out on me.
Toby's got chest again. Toby's got chest again. Okay.
I've said this all season with Wolves. I've been impressed with the stuff they've played. The only issue with Wolves is they've just not stuck the ball in the back of the net. Some of their defensive frailties, I think Lage has made them a bit more resolute, and they got way more attacking fluency than they did under Nuno last season. And bear in mind, he's doing this with Jimenez not scoring as much as he scored last year. He's doing this with Pedro Neto still out of the team as well. So he's had to make do with similar issues to Nuno last year, and he's making a much better go of things as well. So credit where it's due, but I'm sorry, Man United losing at home to Wolves. Like we spoke about this a couple of weeks back, and hands up, I'll hold my hands up. Matisse's point about the mismatch of players is valid, but still, like you look at the plethora of talent in that team, like you should not be laboring at home to Wolves. Man United, when Carrick was leaving and Ragnick was coming in, we were like, oh wow, Carrick has got them into the confirmed Man United in the knockout stage of the Champions League, and they went to Chelsea. They got a point. Yes, they didn't deserve it, but they got a point. And then you looked at the run of fixtures and you said, oh, wow, Man United have a manageable run here. They can really stack up points. And they've literally just struggled and struggled and struggled. They are playing the worst sides in the league, and they keep struggling. Wolves aside. They struggled against Norwich. They should have lost. They struggled against Newcastle. Should have lost. They beat Burnley at home 3-1. Okay, cool. Whoop-de-doo.
Wasn't a great game as well, by the way, that Burnley game.
I didn't watch it.
Really bad.
It was
this
really
is
bad.
what I'm saying. Like when you look at their performances as a whole, they're not actually playing well, and they're not deserving victories. And these are meant to be against some of the not so great teams in the league. So God forbid they come
against property.
They come up against like the good sides.
Well, we don't play anyone until probably March. But I tell you what, mate, I don't want to be playing Brighton. I don't want to be playing Brentford away. That's the
But
feeling.
you know
at the minute.
what? I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep putting pressure on you. You have to finish in the top 4. Like, it's an absolute
100%.
disgrace if you don't. And I
Minimum.
still expect you
Wow.
to make it.
Minimum.
I'm going to keep saying I expect you to make top 4 until it's mathematically impossible. And then the rest
Same.
of the teams that make it, that's all bonuses for everyone. If Arteta
Listen,
makes
mate.
it, he's overachieved. If Conte makes it, he's overachieved. If Moyes makes it, he
Facts.
overachieved. If you
Let
lot
me
don't
tell you
make top
something.
4, I am going to drag your football club through the
Yeah.
fucking
And-
mud.
and
Yeah,
don't-
well,
Every
we'll
platform.
get to that.
Don't you dare say your team is not good enough to finish top 4 as well. Don't even
No, I didn't say that.
think.
I didn't say that.
No,
but
I'm
yeah.
not. Yeah, I'm saying I don't even want to hear you say his team ain't good enough to finish top 4 at any stage.
No, I'm not
this
saying
season.
that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
Yeah,
that.
I'm
but
not saying
know
you
what I
are.
mean?
I'm saying I don't want to hear you say it at certain points over the weeks and months to come, because it will be a disgrace if this team finish outside the top 4. A
Listen,
disgrace.
what I'm seeing is a disgrace, mate. So I don't know if it can get lower than this. So
It's mad.
yeah,
Fingers crossed.
sorry, 30 minutes of United, man. What's going on?
It's hard
Yeah,
out
what
here,
do you
bro.
expect? That's the norm. The headline
Customary.
obviously is 30 minutes and
It's
come
a
here to back
record.
your result today. It made
Yeah.
sense. Let me get through some more super chats as well before we move on. Rai
Yeah.
says, Turkish and the guys, big up yourselves as usual. Watching this from work whilst doing a night shift. Happy New Year, guys, as well. This is your
Good night
year.
shift, isn't it?
Big up you. Big up you on the night shift, man. Hope
The
all is
night
well. Happy New Year to you and yours as well. Big up every 6.4K in the building. That is mad numbers. I think 6.4K has been our record number, but we've matched it already half an hour in. So big up everyone that's tuning in, has watched the show already. Big up everyone tuning in for the first time. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to everyone here. Channel links are in the description below. Every single one of us have a channel. Steve, SAEED, GRIZZ, TOBS, Matisse, and Thuggery. Just hit up the links below. I won't take you away from the page, and just subscribe. Zoltang says, now I know why I've never seen Master Splinter in fights. Ralph needs to go back to the sewers and let Tuchel, Klopp, and Nagelsmann do the fighting. AM says, this reminds me of when John Cena made Paul Heyman eat soap. Johnny, SAEED, why are you hiding in that hoodie? Josh, Sir
Because
Alex
I lost
says,
my belly. I lost my belly. That's why.
Sir Alex says, come outside, Jones, the best player today. Big up Amit, watching Wan-Bissaka makes my head hurt. Can't cross to save his life. Even Jim Beglin on commentary is surprised he's crossed over to 2022. Hussein, big up the big 6. First time I'm watching live. Big up you, Hussein, man. Hope you're enjoying the show, man. Love for the love, every single one of you. Blue Moon, SAEED needs to come and support City like his family. SAEED.
Yeah. You must
It's
be
all
out of your
right.
mind, mate. That's literally.
Matisse,
No
Tarek
way.
says met at Westfield Christmas Eve on the steps. So
Oh,
big up you,
yes.
Tarek.
Yes. Big up, bro. Big up.
I can't wait to see CR7 and Old Trafford do the Sue when he scores in the Conference League. At that point, Man United are done forever. Big up Adams. Well, isn't it ironic that Matisse was the same guy calling us false
Come, let me
position?
talk. Let me talk. Come, let me talk. Let me talk.
The same
Isn't it
guy
ironic
calling
that
us false
Matisse?
position for finishing
Wow.
second last season, but now he's smiling and was dancing to
Wow.
on his review stream with the Gremlins, moving like the professor. Matisse,
No,
I'll come back to this. I'm gonna leave it up. Let me get through the rest, and then I'm gonna put it back.
I want to
up.
go with Adam. Come, I want to fight. Let's fight.
We're gonna move on to your one next, so I'm gonna let you go at him. Show says United fan, this is a culmination of 8 years of awful transfer strategy and 2.5 years of do whatever you want culture. Painful to watch. Tommy says, SAEED, here's a question. Do you think Ole would have picked up more points right now than Ralph? Big up Antobio. Obviously a Spurs fan.
Don't do that to me, man. I can't do them kind of questions right now, please. That's too much for my head to
Marcus says
understand.
F Club 7th. Ragnick inherited a mess, but a 4-4-2 with Cavani and Ronaldo taking in turns to win defensive headers. Mess. Jack says, what's happened to the suing in the car parks? John says Conference League Varane and CR 7th. Starring in Sue Club 7th. Trust the process, my guy. And Joshua says,
crazy,
big
man.
up Turkish to panel and Scott Fuggery.
Wow.
And big up Real Ball Talk in the building as well, man. Love my. Oh, wait, one sec. There's still coming. If I've missed a couple, apologies, people. There's 6.5
Yeah, man. Stop
in
now.
the building.
Stop.
Real
Too
Ball
much now.
Talk says, love my G's. Big up Real Ball Talk. Pogba and Martial were being scapegoated for an imbalanced team full of overhyped, not good enough players. Who are they going to blame now? Yeah, that's why SAEED is the way he is. There's no one left to blame anymore.
No one left to blame.
Owners, which SAEED has talked about before. Mid says Man United rebuild will take years. Too many players get rid of at high prices. Arteta's job still not done after 2 years. Man United board not on that either. So many years behind, it's unreal. Very, very similar what's happened to our clubs. One club's just spent a lot more doing it. Big love to all you guys, Grizz. Sent you an email wishing you all good health and success. And like I said to you, Matisse, as you wanted, here's Adam's comment again. You was
wanna
warming
go,
up.
Adam? Yeah, you wanna go? Come, let's do this. Listen, I'm not celebrating second. I don't celebrate second. I never have. I haven't celebrated top 4 in my life. I'm actually every
Yes,
time,
you have.
even when we made top 4 last year, I cussed people that called it an achievement. It's not an achievement to finish 4th. It's just an expectation or something that you should be trying to do if you're a big club. But what I will say is that I was proud of the performance, and I want to take in isolation. First of all, what I want to do is congratulate Steve, right? Congratulate Steve on the Premier League title. He congratulated me when we won the Champions League. I'm going to congratulate him. It's done. Congratulations. All right. 100%. Big up to you. Get the Premier League trophy out, wheel it out. I know you got it back there somewhere. Go and get that. Do you know what I'm saying? Lift it. Do what you want.
Stay in there for now.
Done. All right. Done. Like that was the one result that for me finishes the Premier League. Both teams needed to win. We didn't win. We're done. So we'll take all of the banter from Steve. No problem. I'll take it. I'll sit here quietly. Keep it 100. I separate us being second, or but the performance is something that I was praising and happy about, because I expected us to lose. I predicted on the Big Six last show that we would lose the game. I thought with the wing backs, with Salah, Mane redemption after the midweek fixture, I thought we would lose. 100%, I was convinced. And to be fair to my team, they showed a lot of fight and determination, and they actually played well before conceding the first goal. I thought there was an individual brain fart from Trevor, but they played well either side of the first goal being scored. And I was just really proud to see the team come through after what has been a lot of drama. It's been like, drama alerts, Keemstar Central, this Chelsea team. It's been like being on a podcast. It's nuts. Everyone's grievances are getting aired out. People are getting exposed. It's all nuts. But the team have come together, and they've put together a respectable performance against a Liverpool team that I have been respecting from last year on the Big Six. So I'm just happy with the performance. That's all I'm praising. I'm not praising being second. I wanted to win the title, but unfortunately, do you know what I'm saying? It hasn't happened. It's not going to happen, and I have to accept it. So we now just need to try and finish comfortably in this top 3, and hopefully ahead of Liverpool, which is not going to be easy. But we need to. That's and just be the cup team, win the cups, try and win the cups. That's what we're on now. The league season's done. Simple.
Simple. Grizz.
League season's done, yeah.
Yeah, just first, just a shout out to that brother who emailed me. I've only got hair loss emails and Uber Eats ones. I've just checked. I can't see your one. So email me again, and email like hair loss companies and Uber Eats. Send me an email again. On the back of what Matisse said, I agree. I pretty much agree. I said the same thing. I'm not going to go back on my word. I said if we don't win against Chelsea on Sunday, I don't count us as title challengers. And the reason for that is not because we've been that bad. Like 2 losses out of 29 games in our last 29 games, we shouldn't be sitting here. I shouldn't be sitting here fuming and feeling like the title race is over. It shouldn't be like this. This is not normal, and we're not up against a normal team. All right, I'm going to kiss ass a little bit here, but I speak real. And I'll say you don't like this part, but it is what it is. It is what it is. It's not real. If you go through seasons upon seasons upon seasons, no team can say that by January you've only lost twice in the league, and you're sitting there thinking, yeah, it's done. Because that's the standards that they're setting. A draw feels like a loss. We've just gone to the home of the European champions without, may I add, this is where the violins come out, but facts are facts. I have to say facts here. It's my part to speak, so I'm going to speak on Liverpool. No Matip, no Robertson, no Allison, no Thiago. Just to name 4 crucial parts of our team. We've gone to the champions of Europe and drawn, and we feel absolutely shit. I'm not twisting the way I feel. We feel shit. We played shit. Let's not get away from that as well. Our midfield was horrific. Henderson and Milner starting in central midfield in big 2022. It's mad. It's absolutely insane. Klopp wasn't even there, by the way. Klopp had COVID as well. So, and we know how much Klopp exerts his influence on the sidelines. I think me and Matisse touched upon it. Like, will it play an influence? Will it be an influence? And it does. Great coaches have an influence from the touchline. I thought Chelsea were brilliant. I knew Chelsea are going to be fired up for it after the Lukaku business and all that business. And I thought after all their injury scares and COVID cases, they had pretty much barring 2, max 3 players, their strongest lineup. I thought, and I've always said it, I'm not going to lie and change my fact. I've always said it. I think their attack without Lukaku is more fluid and more of a problem for us. I don't know about for other teams, but for us, because the way City play us, the way Brighton played us, without false nines, mobile and fluid attack. But it is what it is. It's a mental pace from City, and you can't even have draws in this league. If you're going to be in the title race, you have to win. The margin of error is 0. So, you know what I mean? Well played, Man City. We have to keep it real. We have to decide, the owners, Klopp, we have to decide if he doesn't trust the likes of Naby and Ox and Curtis Jones over a 36-year-old Milner, questions have to be asked of Klopp as well. In terms of, and Liverpool fans start saying, oh my God, GRIZZ is switching on Klopp. Of course I'm not. He's the greatest thing that's happened to Liverpool in my lifetime. He's brought us the Holy Grail like 30 years later, won us the Champions League, etc., etc. But doesn't mean he doesn't make errors of judgment. And I think keeping Milner on and playing him in games such as a high-intensity one. When I saw that lineup, and Matisse will attest to this, before the night we were having a chat and we were talking about, I don't want Kovacic and Kante as your double pivot.
Yeah.
I said I want Jorginho in there. As soon as I see that lineup without Jorginho, I knew it's going to be a problem. But fair play to them. I don't think we deserve to lose because we had some serious chances. Like Mendy was actually the busier keeper. If you think about it, if you deep it, Mendy was the busier keeper. Like the save he made from Salah was crazy.
Nuts,
yeah. But they outplayed us, which is worrying on the back of how City went there and outplayed them. So that's the only slide. We've come to a bit of bad form at the wrong time. This is where City are going absolutely like this, and we're like sort of stuttering, and it's all over. You have a little stutter in this season against Man City, it's over.
But the reason why I wasn't confident is to counter is that yes, we had that midfield and we'd have to play that midfield for the runners. But because Azpilicueta and Alonso are playing, I looked at Mane and Salah. They both scored, by the way, so I guess they still capitalised. The lack of pace out wide was really always going to limit Chelsea. And because those two in the midfield had absolute masterclasses, Kante, I don't know what Kante drinks when he before he plays Liverpool, especially. He just drops masterclasses against Liverpool and nothing else. Kovacic
but not only Kante, Kovacic for me,
the goal.
Kante is the best. I said it. Kante is the best central midfielder in world football. I know City might have a couple of players that might want to rival him, whatever. Steve might want to defend them, but for me, I've always said it. Kante is unreal. When Kante is fit and on his game, is unreal. No one matches him. But Kovacic for me was man of the match. His ability to carry the ball at pace, and you talk about lack of pace in the wide areas, Matisse. Yep. The lack of pace and intensity and energy in our central midfield was scary.
That was the counter, wasn't it? That was the trade-off. Yeah.
We were horrific. We were absolutely scarily horrific in that first 45 minutes, especially. And we never recovered from that.
But can I say as well, like, that, you know, I was really happy with, you know, Kova was unbelievable. Took a ball out of the sky with Mendy's long kick. Fantastic goal. I was doing some digging, right? I went to the start of the Big Six. I looked at predictions for the table. Steve went Man City to win. I went Chelsea. GRIZZ went Liverpool. Obviously predictable. But I remember looking back at some of the shows, and I don't even think Steve predicted City to be this clear of Liverpool. Like maybe Chelsea, but Liverpool, you know, expecting you to be right neck and neck. I think City have outperformed everybody on this panel's expectations, and they need to get more credit. They have been fucking unbelievable. Like, this is why I said last show, I actually don't. Obviously, I'm pissed that we're not in the race, but I have to apply a bit of context. And I'm looking at City, and I'm like, this is mad what you're doing. Like, it's actually freakish what they're doing. I don't think anybody expected it. It's nuts. No, without signing the striker as well, which was the big conversation. No Kane, all that. It's nuts.
No, I didn't think that they needed a striker, and me and Steve had loads of chat about that because I said he's found a way of playing without a striker, and it does suit your system because the fact you won the league last season and you've looked like you've improved that system even more because he's a brilliant fucking coach, right? You know, he's a fucking elite coach. So you've improved that system from last season as well, in my humble opinion, right? What I will say is, when you win the league at a canter like this, so many different factors you have taken into consideration. So many things have to fall into your place, and they have had that. And Steve will admit that, because I saw his post match on Man City Arsenal. Arsenal were the better team. They had a rough time against Brentford, but things falling into place for them at the right time. And as I said, when it coincides with our teams having a little bit of a dip, it's the perfect storm. And at the moment, they're dealing with a perfect storm at the moment. We're dealing with a perfect storm at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't deserve to beat Arsenal, but once they won that game, it was done.
We are going to move on to that next as well. Let me get some of the super chats and questions in from the Chelsea-Liverpool segment. Listen, we definitely hit record numbers tonight for sure. 6.8K in the building now. That's definitely record numbers. First show of 2022. And look at what you guys are doing for us. And listen, we're going to continue doing what we've been doing for you guys too. Big up every single one of you guys. Hit the like button if you haven't already. And as always, I keep saying it, but I've got to say it. Subscribe to the rest of the lads. Steve, SAEED, GRIZZ, TOBS, Matisse, and Thuggery. Simple click and subscribe. That's it. A big 2022 in store from all of us. So look out for it. Obviously, the Big Six channel too. I forgot to plug that. So make sure you subscribe there, because they will be coming soon enough. Let me not say when, but soon enough you're going to see. So notifications on. Big up the channel. Love from Sydney, says Alex. Big up Alex, man. Rapstar says, I knew Liverpool was in for it once I saw Milner starting against Chelsea. Shocking. Without Thiago, can't control games. So erratic. Will says, Liverpool fans say they have the best goalkeeper, right back, centre back, left back, defensive mid player and manager in the world, but got the same Premier League titles as Wes Morgan's Leicester. Why?
Listen, that uncomfortable questions, isn't it?
You got a wire to that, or you?
No, we got loads of super chats to get through.
Oh my God.
Silence is golden on that one.
Who was that? Fair play.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Will Mackay, fair play. You got him.
Ben says, Man City and Liverpool have now both led in 17 league games so far this season. City have won 17 of those. Liverpool, 12 wins, 5 draws, which makes up the difference. Big up Ali. Christmas time shows how underrated squad depth is. Yeah, well, especially when you're hit with COVID and whatnot around the same time too.
Hey,
Toad, do you still think Højbjerg's better than Kovacic?
He didn't say it. Hold on. He didn't say that, surely.
Yeah, I've never said that.
There's no way he said that. Come on, nonsense. Let's not do
absolute nonsense. Where the fuck has that even come from?
Because I ain't even taking my meds. I can't be out here.
If you've got hard evidence that he said that and you forwarded it to Scar,
tell him to show me the hard evidence. I said
we've got a video in the making there, man. So
yeah, please.
Adams is back again. Adams is back again, saying big up GRIZZ. He's got it after a draw, not dancing like a certain brother on the panel. And GRIZZ, Avi was lying. I'm not his friend.
If he said that, send me the footage in it, because he's been mocking me for the 1v1 demon thing. So I need something else.
You need that as well, yeah. Say no
He's not going to send you anything because it's not true. It doesn't exist.
Joke says it's crazy because Chelsea and Liverpool have only lost 2 games in 21, and yet we are 10 points behind City. It's not normal. It isn't normal, that's for sure. Najib, big up Najib, says Kante has been unbelievable for a long time now, but Kovacic has reached a new level this season. One of the best centre mids in the league. 10 out of 10 performance. You know, with Kovacic, I've got to put my hands up and say I didn't not rate him, but I didn't rate him either. I just thought it's someone that Chelsea will upgrade on in a couple of years ago, and you know, that'll be that. But he has stepped it up, and he has, well, Matisse, you're happy with him, right? I'm
delighted with him, and I think sometimes I see Chelsea's future midfield lists by fans, and they never included him. I'm always thinking, like, how much more does this guy need to do to show that he's a top player? Like, his progressive passing from midfield this season, at the start of the season, went up levels. That was after the player of the year that he had the season before last. He keeps improving year in, year out in this football club. And he just has so many specific traits that you just cherish as a midfield, especially if you're trying to build out from the back. If Chelsea were a team that didn't build out from the back and didn't come up against aggressive presses, which we saw from Liverpool at times in the second half especially, then maybe his characteristics wouldn't be so needed in a counter-attack defensive block. But Chelsea we need to really start appreciating this player. Like, he does pick up his injury every season, every now and then, but the guy is a top player, and he didn't play for Real Madrid, after Inter Milan and then us for nothing. Like, the guy is a top player. He's a very good player. And people always say, oh, he was on the bench collecting Champions League medals. To get in ahead of Modric, Kroos and Casemiro, that's not, that doesn't mean you're a bad player. That just means that you didn't come up against generationals, and that's fair. That's fine. So the guy's a great player. And yeah, he was unbelievable against Liverpool. He was man of the match for me. I thought he was, obviously, I thought Salah was incredible as well. Can I say Salah for Liverpool? That guy he was moving a bit demon-ish against us. Like, it's like he had a chip on his shoulder, constantly in our faces, on and off the ball. That the intensity doesn't drop. Obviously nearly scored a second. Salah's performance against us was up there as well. Like, he was unbelievable. Standout player for Liverpool by a mile. He was the one player who's making me much.
But we massively missed Bobby Firmino though, because he was guaranteed to start against you lot for the fact to sort of stifle that midfield of yours. Yeah. And I thought he was a major loss because he got COVID. It's not even injury. Matip, Bobby Firmino, our coach, and Thiago COVID. So
Can I say something about Van Dijk? Do you think he's not been his best this season?
No, far from. But anyone that says that you expect a top class athlete like that to come back from such a serious injury and expect his levels to be at that level, it's not real.
When did he get injured? Was it two seasons ago? Or was it season before?
No, it was about 10 months ago, brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 10, 11 months ago. Why are you coming with it 2 seasons ago?
No, I didn't realize it.
Yeah. Okay. If that's the case, that's fine. Yeah, 2 seasons ago was probably like when Phil Jones was probably last played, brother.
Thanks for correcting me, though.
You get your numbers. Yeah, get facts right.
Yeah.
He's got the guard up. Big up.
Even when SAEED seems like he's trying to be sincere, I feel like there's still a little bit of trolling.
Especially after tonight, man. Don't worry, man. That's very sincere.
Yeah. Man,
it didn't sound sincere to me. But that's
the problem. It doesn't.
But he makes a very good point about Virgil van Dijk. The level is not there, and we expected it, and we looked to him to be, the big dog. But it was a for most people, it's a career-threatening injury. People were telling me, man, like that was a serious injury, so it's going to take time. And he was not good. He wasn't good against Leicester City. I thought he was passive. The way Lookman came inside and Virgil van Dijk sort of shied away from making a challenge. Even yesterday, Havertz, Mount, Pulisic gave them a problem. Like, Konate wasn't as bad as Van Dijk. Like, they gave them a problem, and it shouldn't have been that. It shouldn't have been that hard for our centre backs to deal with these players. But obviously, fair play to tactical Tommy. He had them motivated like mad.
Can I ask as well? Do you think Mane should have been sent off in the first minute?
Okay, let me just finish. If for half a second he looked at him, even for half a second at any stage, it should have been a red. The fact that he didn't look at him from the start of the ball's trajectory to the end saves him. That's the only thing that saves him. That's the only. But can I ask the same question to you? What did Mason Mount do to Tsimikas? That's an elbow smash straight into him as well. But people are not talking about that. Exactly. Nobody's talking about that.
Can you send me the link?
Exactly.
I didn't watch the game.
So he went straight into him. That's the only thing that saves Mane.
The thing is, though, do you have to be? Does it have to be cynical if you don't see him? Like, you're in the air. You know he's coming.
Yeah. You're saying that saved him, but do you think there was intent behind it, regardless of?
No. It was a forearm.
Do you remember he did that to Tierney, Grizz? Do you remember when he did that to Tierney?
Yeah, he did it to Tierney.
Yeah, that was different. That was a red card. Because he knew what he was doing, looked at him, he aimed at him, he went for him, and he knew what he was doing. I agree. This one, the ball's being kicked off from kickoff, people. He hasn't even had a chance to look at who he is. Mane gets on the end of a lot of rough challenges. Yeah, him and Azpilicueta have got a bit of history. Yeah, there was nothing. Look at the footage again. If he looks at him even a glance like this, then I guarantee you, it would have been a red.
It's all about
I think that's the
time
only thing
as
that
well,
I
stays
feel
with
like it's the time. Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought
that's what I was gonna
first
say.
minute, like it's too early to send.
Not even
someone
first
off.
minute,
He
6
didn't wanna ruin-
seconds.
Yeah,
6
he
seconds.
did. He honestly, he didn't want to ruin the game. I think even if Mane had looked at him, I still don't think he would have sent him off because it was too early.
But can we bin this whole it's too early? Like if a
Oh, I
player,
don't agree. Yeah,
if a player commits a red card offense, they should be sent off. Period.
yeah.
And I've seen that clip of the Mane team.
I agree with that.
That's a Stonewall red card. Like
It's not
any day of
Stonewall.
the week,
It's
it-
debate.
it's a Stonewall red card, and they missed it, and it's yet another glaring mistake in what's been a horrendous probably month of just.
Yeah, Kane's was the
disastrous-
worst. Kane's was the worst. Harry Kane's was the
Kane-
worst call. That was a Stonewall
Kane
of
was a
Stonewall.
Stonewall red, but so
Yeah,
was
Ma-
Mane's. He's got
Mane's was
elbow
bad.
in.
He hasn't.
Oh,
It was a
come on.
forearm. It was a forearm. Elbow.
Bro,
Aspilicueta wouldn't have carried on.
elbowed the man in the face, but nowhere near the ball.
You know, Mane is strong as an ox. He's got strength of 4 beasts. Yeah. If it was an elbow, Aspilicueta wouldn't have carried on 10 seconds later. Let me tell you that
Bro,
for a
For a
fact.
football purist,
Chris, we're doing way too much. Way too much. Way too much on this. It's a red card, and they
I think
fucked up.
I think
Let's be real.
Mounts was more intentional.
You send me a clip
on Slick
from
House.
Mount. Not seen it.
Yeah, man.
how many
I'm a
clips
busy-
you want, man?
I'm a busy man. You want me sending you clips and shit?
What do you mean? How many clips I want? You know I'm on holiday, and you're asking me.
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah,
on holiday.
TV,
I'll send you.
yeah.
Oh,
Let me get
God.
some more of these.
I'm sorry. I have a life.
Yeah,
Let me get
any
some
more
more.
any more weddings out there? What's going on?
Yeah, man.
I've not
been a
been
while,
to a
innit?
single
Football should be your life.
I've not been
mate.
to a single wedding out here. So what are you talking about?
I'm just out here. Okay, well done.
Let me get some of these super chats in before we do move on to the next topic, because it is another big one as well. It's a show full of big topics. AFC Max says, I said it before and I'll say it again. Big Steve is the best Man City fan and GRIZZ the best Liverpool fan. Fair play to Steve for giving us credit. That was the best performance I've seen against City.
Steve's probably the only City fan, isn't it?
Don't get Steve started yet. Not yet, Steve. Let me just get some of these super chats in. People need
The
to
one
put
that's
respect
terrible as well.
on Arsenal's name now. We are going to talk about us next up. City broke the record. City broke the record for most wins this season. Sean says, someone said Sancho's on a similar level to Iwobi at the moment. And the scary thing is, I can't find an argument against it. It's all mad. The Shah, Arsenal's performance has been overhyped over a tired City. City had early chances with Jesus and Diaz. Arsenal have improved as we didn't get battered. Will says, nearly 7,000 live. Big Six keeps getting bigger. Love to all you guys. It's massively deserved, especially my guy Turkish. Love for the love, Will. And you know what? It's not especially me, especially every single one of us here. Like, I got to keep saying it, you know, every single one of us brings something to this show that's unique, and you know, that long may it continue. I don't know, Man City might be signing Steve up soon because they've been commenting on his post and that. So hopefully if they do sign him up, they leave him on the Big Six, because
Put the contract on the table. Show me
we
where
need
to
Big
sign.
Steve. We need Big Steve. Blue Moon says, the start of the season I said I didn't want Kane. We are now a machine that loves the Christmas period. We were lucky at Arsenal. They played better than us. Fair play. Take care of SAEED. I hate seeing him like this. People, SAEED's blessed. You know, SAEED's good.
Smash the
man.
like button, then we'll be all right.
There you go. Smash the like button and SAEED will be all right. He'll continue smiling. Arsenal fans love being the victim, not going to lie. The amount of overreacting from their fans like they're being targeted. Arsenal pressured City for a good 20 minutes like most teams do. And after that, it was 50-50. On that note, the title does say, you know, it poses the question, robbed or stupid. Steve.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me pose the question round first before we get into it. What was the SAEED? What do you think about the whole situation? Were Arsenal robbed on the day, or were Arsenal?
Now, Arsenal fans should be angry. For me, I'm gonna give that Odegaard was a penalty for me, because what happens in football now? It's not a case of you've won the ball. It's a case of, have you made contact with the player? And for me, he made contact with the player. So that was a penalty. I think the Xhaka one is absolutely crazy from Xhaka. But again, it's same old Xhaka. It's typical. You cannot pull someone down. If you pull someone down at the edge of the box, it's a foul. Should be no kind of reason why it shouldn't be in the box. Did Bernardo Silva make a meal of it? probably, yeah. But then again, you're always going to do that because at the end of the day, you've got the ball. Xhaka doesn't, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, he had every right to kind of go down once you feel that contact. But I think the referee had a mare, mate. I think the referee, by the way, this is the referee that gave the ghost goal. I don't know if you guys remember this, yeah? At Watford game, probably about 15 years ago, he gave a goal that was never a goal. This guy should not be fit to be a referee.
When you say goal around
the
me,
ghost
you gotta
goal.
be careful because that's not what I assume the ghost goal is.
What is it then?
It's the Chelsea-Liverpool game in the Champions League, bro. That's where that started.
Yeah,
that's you're gonna make me twitch, bro. You're gonna make me
listen.
spaz out or
listen,
some
Liverpool
shit.
fans won't speak on that, but yeah, that's another debate. But for me, I think Arsenal fans, it just shows you how far they've come. That that they battle through City. I've never seen City, do that. Whether it was tiredness, I don't know, but I think Arsenal fans should have their held high. You know what I mean? Listen, I give banter a lot to Arsenal, yeah, but I think the referee spiraled out of control. But then again, Gabriel and Xhaka didn't put themselves, and that's the problem with Arsenal. You can play well, but if you've got people that just don't keep their heads in the game and not play the occasion and play the game, then you're always going to have this problem. But listen, it was a mad game, man. But City champions, man, that's what they do, man. We used to do that 10 years ago, mate, where we don't play well, we churn out a result. The mark of champions, I'm afraid, and that's it, really.
Matisse?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both. A bit of robbery, a bit of stupidity. I think you should have minimum got a draw out of the game, but it's hard to say robbed completely when you've got that Gabriel situation where you just get yourself sent off, and it's a bit ludicrous. Like, you need to be using your head a little bit. You're on the halfway line. You don't need to charge up like that. It wasn't a goal-saving moment. It wasn't a last-ditch tackle. It wasn't last-ditch defending. It was just your head's hot. I can understand, and we have to remember these are humans. They're playing in front of 60,000. It's a highly contested fixture. They're in the game. They may be overachieving by maybe many people's expectations. You saw Saka's goal growing into the crowd. Everybody's really, the adrenaline's pumping. And when you're we underestimate adrenaline a lot in football when it comes to decision making. When your adrenaline's going for it, your decisions sometimes are very stupid. Like, it's nuts. Unfortunately, though, that obviously doesn't help in terms of the final score. So I think it's a bit of both. But I have my opinion of Arsenal in terms of a side. I really didn't. My prediction again was something like 3-0. I didn't expect Arsenal to compete with Manchester City. So a lot of credit to Arsenal. And in terms of my own estimations of that team, it's definitely gone up. But they have good players. It's a good performance from them, and they need to try and build from this. Then, as I said in the last show, this is not going to decide top 4. So it's not the end of the world. It's a good performance.
Yeah. TOBS?
I agree with Matisse. I think it was a bit of both. I did see like a dodgy camera angle with the Odegaard penalty where it looks like Odegaard actually stepped on Edison's leg. But yeah, the first time I saw the challenge in real time, it looked a penalty to me. So again, yet another terrible overlooking of a obvious decision from the officials. So they're just not really good at their job these days. Even with the added technology, they're not good at their jobs. But I don't think any Arsenal fans can have any complaints about the decisions towards their players in the second half. The Gabriel red card was a red. It was a red. There was 2 yellow cards. He's killing himself for no reason, and you've just cost your team.
On that one, and so far, I think Matisse said it as well. Yeah, on the Gabby one, yeah. Do you think there's a case to be made that, and I agree with this actually, that he should have got a warning at least in between 2 quick yellows like that? Like, obviously, you've just got a yellow card, consider a penalty, to calm it down, mate, because one more time and you're going to be done.
But at the same time, though, like, what do you expect the referee to do there? You're saying he should give him a warning. Gabriel's not actually committed any more fouls before the actual foul that led to the red card. I don't know why he's scuffing the penalty spot in the first place. That's a cheap and stupid yellow card to even get in the first place. And then the second one was a Stonewall yellow card. Like
the yellow is your warning, isn't it? That's the whole point. Like when you receive a yellow, that's your warning. Do you know what I mean? That's
but you know, we've seen that. We've seen. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yellow is a warning, but
you're meant to calm down after that. You know
what TOBS said is that the first yellow wasn't even a bad tackle. The first yellow was petulance. That, you know, it was a bit of stupidity. Let's say. But like you can understand in that moment of just conceding a penalty. On one hand, Gabriel lost the plot, and I get that. We've seen Arsenal players do that. On another hand, I still think the referee should, because it basically kills the game in that moment. I think the ref should still have said, "Listen, like, are you mad? Like, you've just got a yellow card for that. Like, one more time."
No, but Turkish.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think those decisions in isolation, you can say maybe it's harsh, but I think they're justified. I think where you should have beef is the quickness and speed in which your players, your team as a whole, were getting yellow cards. Like Rodri, I was so shocked when he took off his shirt after that winner. That was his first yellow card. He had been fouling. He had literally been fouling all game.
It's another Fernandinho, man. The amount of fouls he gets away with. But can I say? Sorry. I was just going to say, for you to only get your first yellow then after a game where you've literally just been nibbling at Arsenal players, that's nuts. And I genuinely believe that if I'm going to criticize this referee, I don't think he had proper control over the whole game from start to finish. But if we're talking about those specific decisions, i.e. the Man City penalty that Bernardo won and the red card, I don't see anything wrong with those decisions.
Yeah, I think the two penalties are two penalties, but I think that Gabriel moment was probably the biggest of the lot. SAEED, go on, sorry.
No, I was going to say, Gabriel, though, I didn't like that way he was tampering with the penalty box. For me, that's a yellow, mate. You know what I mean? You can't be doing that, man. That's not good sportsmanship.
To be honest, apparently he got a yellow for dissent.
Yeah,
okay.
So it wasn't for that, but
that's
that's
why
just dark arts, isn't it?
To Gabriel, that's why they pushed Gabriel, because he was basically rubbing the penalty box, and then that's why they pushed him. You know what I mean?
I think
Rodri came in and just moved everyone. I didn't like that though. I can't lie. Rodri came in and just he moved everyone apart. GRIZZ, let's get your thoughts before Steve. Go on.
No, I was going to say on the performance as well. I was actually impressed. I was impressed with Arsenal. I was impressed. I don't think you lot would take. Sorry, there's background noise. I don't know. I didn't think. Sorry, Grace. I didn't think that Arsenal would play as well as they did against Man City. So that's really shocked me. I guess I have to take Arsenal a little bit more seriously now. But my goodness, I've never seen a fan base celebrate a loss as hard as your fan base have the past couple of days. Like, I get it. It was a really good, matured performance, especially when you're down to 10 men against the champions. But my goodness, you lost the game. I'm seeing Gabriel get clapped, standing ovation in the stadium. Why are you clapping him? Why are you giving him a standing ovation? You literally just drove you lot into an L. 11 v 11, you probably go on and get a point out of that game, and you're clapping him off the pitch. I'm seeing that full time. Oh, Man City fans are saying that's the best performance we've seen from any side against Man City in years. Shut up! No, it isn't. It fucking isn't.
Wow,
it really isn't.
told me.
No. I'm sick of it because you know what it is. No.
Even GRIZZ is annoying.
You give them an inch and they take them out, and that's what I hate. They are so deluded and they overgas their team. The smallest thing, like I'll hold my hands up. The signings have banged. I didn't think the signings would bang like they banged. Arsenal are playing better. Arsenal are scoring more, defending better, and they're actually playing well against the better sides at home. We've seen that evidence against the West Ham win when it was a total pound in 90 minutes and Man City. Yeah, cool. But there's still a long way to go. There's still 16, 17 games. And furthermore, you didn't even win the game. You lost. You know what?
I can't lie to you. At the end of the game, there was one moment I see Maitland-Niles laughing and joking with. I think it was it Sterling or someone. And I just thought it to myself. I didn't say it on the watch along or what. To myself, I thought, listen, we did just lose the game. I know we can leave with our heads held high, and it was a good performance, and we might be unlucky with some decisions, but don't be, laughing and joking at the end of the game, because, we should still be vexed that regardless of poor referees, because every week you're going to have a poor referee. We need to get things done. We need to leave it out of their hands, and we couldn't do that. I didn't see that Gabriel thing you mentioned. I can't lie about, it's him smiling and clapping and whatnot at the end. I would have thought the same thing. But in terms of the fan base, I thought the fan base was more rattled by the referee post-match than celebrating. Was you talking about the fan base, or were you talking about the players? You're on mute.
He's asking you, mate.
Sorry, I'm talking about your fan base.
Oh no, man! I thought the fan base was more vexing and more blaming the referee more than. I didn't see much celebration.
I didn't see it.
Maybe in your WhatsApp groups they're rattling you about it, but yeah, I didn't see much on Twitter. Grizz, are you blessed? Yeah, you seem like you might be making an order or something.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just don't like the way Toby went on there about Arsenal, man. Like, I'm more offended than you, man.
What affinity do I have to Arsenal?
Well, no, because you was this the same Toby that you was going mad next to me when you got a draw against us? Like, teams are allowed to applaud it. Teams are allowed to celebrate a performance.
We did lose the game.
So, it is what it is, man. I thought Arsenal were fantastic. City got the 3 points, and that's what counts at the end of the day. They move on. Arsenal shouldn't be disheartened with that performance at all, though. It's further progression. It's more progression. I think they're playing far better football than a lot of our clubs, except City, right now. And maybe I'm boosting them because we got them in the League Cup in a couple of days. You know what I mean? It might be a bit peak for us. I'm not going to lie, with our injury situation, the kind of team we're going to put out. But I thought it was a great performance. But at the end of the day, City got the result.
Yeah, well, yeah, that is what matters at the end of the day, the 3 points. But I agree with you, Grizz. At the same time, it's nothing to celebrate. Trust me, a performance is nothing to celebrate, especially coming from me personally as a fan. I can't grow up.
I disagree.
Well, for even me.
No, I think, yeah. Being an Arsenal, if I was an Arsenal fan, the situation I'm in, who I'm playing, who we're playing, no manager there, I would be proud of the performance, not celebrate. Yeah, I agree with you. Sorry.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Sorry. I would be proud of that performance, and I would be pissed off with the most experienced player. Just like Milner gave the free kick away for Chelsea, the most experienced player, your most experienced player does that for the penalty as well. So I'll be absolutely fuming, but I'll be proud of the youngsters.
Yeah, the youngsters especially, because that adds a certain factor to it as well. It's not only a team, but it's, we got a young team too, and a lot on their shoulders, to be honest, this season. And hopefully in January we add. But 3 points is what matters, and we didn't get that done. Steve, you was at the game. You obviously enjoyed the 3 points. I saw your interview on AFTV. I spoke to you straight after the game as well. Yeah, what's your thoughts about what everyone's saying? Especially what TOBS said about this, that wasn't the best. I think TOBS said that wasn't the best team or the best performance against Man City, and it's a bit overhyped.
And I saw, and first of all, I think I'm making it up. I actually
you saw what?
You saw what?
First of all, just touching on what Matisse and Grizz says, they might concede the title race is over, but you're not going to see any Manchester City fans say that. It's just not in our nature to say that. You know what I mean? We chased Man United down to the death. We've chased Liverpool down to the death, and we've snatched it last minute. So from any Man City fan, anyone that says Man City's won the title, that's your own opinion. No Manchester City fan is saying that. On the game, we had a really, really tough game at Brentford in the week. We looked a little bit leggy. Don't forget we was on a 10-match winning run. Yeah. It took us out of us, but we got a win, 1-0. We did it dirty. 48 hours later, we're going to Arsenal. We just didn't look at the races. I thought Arsenal did well. I thought Saka got at Ake a little bit. I thought Martinelli was running us ragged a little bit. And it was one of them games where you're thinking, this might be the one where we drop a few points because we clearly look leggy. We didn't look sharp. We wasn't passing it our usual self. The movement was slow. We were letting them come on us. We looked a little bit rattled. Arsenal got the noses in front. Yeah, fair play to them. And then the penalty decision in the stadium, I thought Ederson had caught him, and I thought it's a pen. That was my honest opinion. I've seen the same camera angle that Toby said, that they were showing where Odegaard sort of stood on his ankle and he sort of comes underneath him. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, if it's given, I'm not going to argue with it. I'll take it. But it didn't get given. So that's that. But then Arsenal, the crowd were getting a little bit up for it. They could sense City was rattled. The City end was a bit quiet at half time, subdued. Some of the fans were saying exactly the same, saying, you know what, we're not at the races today. Would you take a point? I said, I'd take a point at half time because Liverpool and Chelsea dropped points. It's not the end of the world. Then the game flips on its head. But the game flipped on its head because of Arsenal, not because of us, not because of us cheating, not because of anything else, because of Arsenal. He got sent off because Gabriel Jesus spun him on the halfway line, absolutely spun him clear, and he blatantly pulled him down. He didn't just nudge him or bang into him where the ref could say, okay, it's one of them things. He blatantly pulled him down. Now, that shows his lack of experience, because if Ruben Diaz or Virgil van Dijk or anyone does that in a game and it costs Liverpool, it can cost them the title. So he shouldn't be doing that on the halfway line. Jesus on the halfway line, you're going to catch him. So then it plays right into our hands then. Our players sense, right, we've got 10 men. Let's start using the ball. The gaps are starting to appear. Pep made a few changes and it was coming. It was coming. And our penalty, listen, Granit Xhaka, everybody knows the guy's form. If I'm playing against Granit Xhaka and he grabs me in the box, what do you think I'm doing? Because that referee knows he's an idiot. So I'm going down. So Bernardo Silva, fair play to him. He went down because he was running into a dead end anyway. So if he'd have stayed on his feet, it's going out for a goal kick. So he went down, and that's not on Bernardo Silva diving. That's on Granit Xhaka grabbing his shirt in the box and sticking your leg out. So we're champions, and the players, we've got a quality. So we're playing on that. If they'd have done that to us, they'd be criticising our defenders for pulling them and all that. Anyway, so we scores the equaliser. That's that. Then it was just City all the way. We just started to press and press and press and press. And listen, we got the job done. Arsenal can count themselves very unlucky. They can blame the ref. They can blame whatever they want. Listen, our players weren't scuffing up the penalty box. That is just unfair sportsmanship. If any of our players was doing that, we'd have been in every single paper saying this Man City team's a disgrace. But look, Arsenal tried to rough it up. They had a good first half, and then the game flipped. The Nathan Ake clearance off the line as well was so important, because that got the City end back up. You know what I mean? And look, we pressed to the end. One thing Manchester City do as a team, they fight to the end. And I think that them Arsenal fans in the stadium knew what was coming. And like you say, Rodri got the goal. He shithoused with a celebration. Don't know why he was wound up and ran to you lot. Ain't got a clue. Nobody's talking about the 7, 8, 9, 10 bottles and a bog roll. Who the fuck carries a bog roll in the stadium unless you're Darren Fletcher?
Someone wanted a shit half time.
And then someone threw a bog roll out. And then at the end of the day, fucking hell, it was pandemonium in the City end, you know what I mean? But we're getting out of there, back to Manchester with 3 points. And you lot, yeah, you played well. You know what I mean? I went round AFTV. I admitted they played well. But the quality seen in the end, and we won 11 games on the spin. And it's great in the chat to see people actually giving Pep Guardiola credit. And you can say he's turned it into a farmers league all you want, but anyone that knows football knows what Pep Guardiola is about. And anyone that knows and who's got a grown-up brain can see what he's done with the team and how he plays it. You've got to respect it. The guy's breaking records left, right, and centre. The team's breaking records left, right, and centre. Chelsea aren't a bad side. Liverpool aren't a bad side. But this is what I'm saying. You can lose 2 games and you can feel yourself being out of a title race. But Pep Guardiola's just getting the job done. We got the job done last year. We're getting the job done this year. We've just got to keep on rolling. Is there light at the end of the tunnel for Arsenal? Yeah. You can see they were playing a lot better. Do you know what I mean? But, you know, it is what I mean. They lost the game. I get that. They lost the game. We ain't in the business of celebrating losses. But if you want to celebrate the performance, I'll go with it. But at the end of the day, they lost the game because they changed the game. They lost the game. Their mistakes.
There's no celebration.
No, but some of them was. What's the guy called on AFTV? The little bald guy. He said that was a game of 2 teams.
Little bald, you know.
He said a world-class team and a great team.
Lead judges.
And he said the world-class team lost. Now, come on, for fuck's sake, Turkish.
Oh, no.
He's rattled.
Julian.
Who are you talking about?
Listen, we all know that. We all know who the world-class team is out of the two. Let's not even play.
Exactly.
Julian,
Listen,
Julian,
now I get it because the emotions were running high outside the stadium. I get that. You know what I mean? I get it. But at the end of the day, the only people that lost that game for Arsenal was Arsenal. And Manchester City, the champions of England, took advantage of their mistakes. End of story. If you give us a penalty and you give us an advantage with 10 men, we're going to punish you. Whether we're running at 50%, 60%, 70%, we're going to punish you. And that is exactly what happened.
Yeah, people say it's definitely Julian. It sounds more like Julian than Lee Judges. That's
No,
for
Julian.
I just got such a kick out of Big Steve being like, the bald guy.
Yeah.
Same as me, man. No, do you know what? I spoke to the guy, and I absolutely think the guy's a diamond, and he's great.
Yeah, he's a solid
When he
guy,
said that, the world class thing, I thought, yeah, man, yeah, he knows we're world class.
Yeah, there's a
anyway.
difference-
World
there's a
class
difference
team lost, and I thought, wow, he's been on the spice. Because some of them AFTV fans outside that stadium are on drugs, mate. I want them all drug testing because some of the shit they were spouting. I tell you what, man. Crazy shit.
Steve, calm down.
Trust me.
Come on.
You're a regular in the
Listen.
studios. Relax.
There's 7.1k in the building. This is mad, people. I can't lie. Love for the love. I always say it, but I mean it every single time. 7.1k. Grizz, was you putting
Should
up
be
your
on
hand?
5k likes, shouldn't it?
We should go for 5k likes, but you know, that's up to these guys. That's up to you guys watching the show now. I think we're on 2.5k or roughly around that. If we can get to 5k, that'd be mad. Grizz, was you putting your hand up or what's going on?
No, I think no.
Grizz is just sorting out his order
Yeah.
there. Yeah, let me get some super chats in because we got a few. Kiran says Tomiyasu or Wam. Nah, there's no. This ain't a Tomiyasu.
Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you for the super chat.
Tomiyasu impressed me, man. Tomiyasu impressed me a lot. I thought he was really, really aggressive, and I thought he played well.
Yeah,
He's a really good
he's
player.
been
I
solid
wanted
since
him
he's
at
come in. Like, even for TOBS to admit the signings have been solid, it's taken a lot for him to do that. I know he included some slander with it, but you know you got to take it as it comes. And Book says 7 and 6 draws midway through the season is pretty bad form for title challenges. City have just done what you need to win the league. Najib says big up Turkish and the panel. I look at Arsenal and I see a sleeping giant starting to wake up. Arteta setting the alarm. Well, we need more and more backing from Kroenke.
Toby, this is what we're talking about.
One window won't do it, so we need it to continue. Ole beat Pep a couple of times.
Yo, Toby, fam.
TOBS, you're not signing your out there, mate.
I can't breathe, fam. Honestly,
last 2 seasons. 160 million spent this season. No European football, and we're talking about awakening a sleeping giant. Like, honestly, cry me a fucking river already. You'd think the season ended now and Arsenal got this 4th spot. It's ridiculous.
You know what's perfect? We got Thuggery watching as well. So if Arsenal really do it this season and really get over the line,
and I'm
you know that motion picture I said about SAEED. I think TOBS needs a big feature in that. I can't even lie to you.
you cry.
Ali says big up Steve.
By the sword, you die by the sword. I don't care.
100%, my guy, 100%. Big up Steve for his honest AFTV interview, says Ali. Arsenal's both stupid and robbed. I told you Turkish last week. Xhaka is the last weak link left in the team. The ref was harsh on Gabby, upset, but 3 points at the scum, and we all good. How many fouls does it take for Rodri? Huh?
Man said 3 points at the scum. Come and get it. Come and get those 3 points. We play you in 2 weeks. Come and get those fucking 3 points.
No, you see,
Wow,
again,
last time you started talking like that, Toby, you was out the game for 44 minutes.
No, I wasn't. I didn't predict Spurs to go to Emirates and win. We never win at the Emirates, but they haven't beaten us at our ground since 2014 in the league. You've not beaten us at our ground in 7 years.
What a trophy.
That's not changing this season. That's not changing the season.
You don't want to talk about you Derby Day Cup.
When he says 3 points at the scum, I'm saying come and get it then. If it's that simple, come and get the 3 points.
I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, there is no rivalry like Arsenal Tottenham. I'm sorry, there is no rivalry like it. There isn't. Arsenal Tottenham for me is
But I'd rather
my
be winning,
favorite
though.
rivalry.
Love it
It's
as
so
well.
fucking
We
fun.
need to do trophies, man.
No, you don't need trophies for the rivalry. That's what's so great. Look at Sunderland and Newcastle go at it. They slap each other up.
The history
Back in-
makes it. How
Love
many
it.
fouls does it take for Rodri to be booked? Usman says he definitely should have gotten a warning. Rodri committed like 6 tactical fouls with only warnings, but his only yellow was for taking his shirt off. Like TOBS said, he was surprised that was his first yellow. Great performance for the majority of the game, and 2 silly mistakes killed it for us. Anything less than perfection isn't good enough versus City. Yeah, as Chelsea and Liverpool are finding out. Arsenal fans get too giddy. Ole always had Pep's number. TOBS is used to fans walking out at half time.
Let's see who's walking out next week.
Bumba Clark.
TOBS got all the chest in the world out there, and he's enjoying life.
He's talking.
I don't know if you what is this what a last minute winner against Watford's done to you, my guy? Take it
Oh,
easy.
fuck.
Conte, fam. It's Conte. Every time he wakes up in the
Not
morning, he
really.
wishes fucking Conte good morning on
Not
his
really,
Instagram
Charlie.
story.
Davinson Sanchez in like the
Little love
96th minute.
It's nothing to do. It's nothing to do
Too
with
big
what.
for that club, man. Conte.
Nothing
You
to do
don't
with
feel
what.
right.
It's just that specific game with this manager. I'm gonna back us to win at home. Every single North London derby at home for the past 4 or 5 years, I've backed Spurs to win. I backed us last season with Jose. I even backed us when Jose took over and we were struggling and you lot were hot in form. I'm gonna always back us at home to beat Arsenal, and I think that's gonna happen this season.
Then who took over?
When Jose took over.
I don't think he was hot in form. I wouldn't say that.
No, you were. It was Project Restart, and you lot we were not in great form. You lot were in good form, and you came to our ground.
We got Arteta pretty much. We wasn't in. Was what? I don't know.
Project Restart.
You're
So
giving
we
me you're giving me Brighton and Demman vibes. Do you know what I mean when I say that?
Who's giving you that?
Toby, he knows what I mean.
Oh,
you know, your chest is so out, yeah. I just feel like it's a small concrete slip waiting for it to happen.
Yeah, man, please.
So basically, you lot are basically saying that like my chest is out because I'm predicting for us to do what we.
No, it's just it's not that. It's the aggression. It's the anger. It's the aggression that you're saying that I'm telling you.
Very much.
No.
Biting on the arse, seriously.
The anger stems from the overgas that I'm hearing from Arsenal fans. Some that are close to me as friends. It comes from the gas I'm hearing. I have no qualms of Arsenal fans being more confident, but there's a difference between being confident than just pure delusion. And you wouldn't believe some of the DMs I get. You'd think the season ended now. Someone's telling me mind the gap 2-3 days ago on DM. I'm like, it's January and you're telling me mind the gap. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Mind the gap.
Don't let them get to you, my bro. Don't let them get to you, man.
Come on.
You enjoy your holiday, man. Enjoy your holiday. Worry about us when you get back, man.
All right. Cool. Because I'm going to.
Cool. Look, you're eager to talk more in it. Take it easy.
I just want to get my charger. One sec.
Yeah, go get something, man. Go get something.
Conte chest, man. It's got that Conte
Got
chest.
enough content. Skullfucker's even messaged me and tell Toby to calm down because the content keeps rolling in. So let's get some of the more chats in. Did anyone see that after? Oh, Steve, here you go. The world-class team lost today. Turn it in, Arsenal. You know this ends in tears. KD says, Tobes, you've never seen a trophy in your life, mate, so calm down. Yeah, let's not get him started again, man. Let's go, Toby. Talk that talk. Tobes, we all know you're on a vacation. Call home. They'll say you're still on the wrong side of North London. Pipe down. Bashar, big up Bashar. Can see it both ways. If you consider Arsenal a big team, this match is a sackable offense.
What?
I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't. I'm not saying. Yeah, I don't know. That's too far. Sackable offense. Even if Arsenal were still, that's like saying if Liverpool had this performance against Man City and lost 2-1 at home, then Klopp should be sacked.
That means you can't lose a game of football, basically.
Yeah, it's all mad. If you think Arsenal are mid-table, then yeah, progress. Saheem says, since we are midway through the season, give us your rankings according to the performances of the big six at the moment. Saheem, we're going to do a live show again on Robbie's channel end of this month, where we might as well pick up the ratings again, because the first show that we done live for the Robbie channel, which was in November, I believe, that was about ratings so far. So we're going to do the same show again, end of January. So a couple more Premier League games between that. Brandon, Matisse, for all the criticism Pulisic gets from Chelsea fans about his performance and his injury record, he's one of our most clutch players. Yeah, Pulisic does get.
He's got big goals in him. Like he knows how to score against big teams. His record against like City, against Liverpool. I think he did the Arsenal one, the FA Cup before he came off injured. We went on to lose that game. He gets his big goals, but you know we need consistency. But it was a great finish after some really poor finishing. But this is why I believe the guy has potential. It's just about staying fit and then working on a few things that he needs to sort out as well, ability wise. But yeah, he's a good player.
John O'Shea.
Yeah, listen, I didn't even clock, but we're an hour and a half in already. We've been talking and talking and talking.
Yeah,
hour and a half.
Man.
Yeah, you know, Tobes, there's not much. You're
Tottenham's
in
relevant,
Tottenham last minute against Watford. Like, seriously.
I'm happy to move past it. We didn't play well, but all that mattered at that point in time was the 3 points and the clean sheet. So thank you. Yeah.
Man said so. Thank you. Arsenal.
Thank you for the super chat.
Because Spurs games have been suspended. Haven't made a Champions League quarterfinal since 2009. Why celebrate nearly being in a competition you don't compete in? Well, I do agree that I only want to go back to Champions League until we're ready to compete. But I guess you're talking to other fans with that super chat. Tottenham fans, if you're here, because there's about 6.8k still here. Apologies if you was waiting for us to analyze that match against Watford. It is what it is. You know, Tobes is happy to keep it moving. Prediction table as well before we go. This was last week, so this was last week, and this is this week. GRIZZ back at the top.
Oh, it's getting tight.
That's a problem.
I ain't here to say much.
Yeah, Turkish getting better though. Turkish getting
Big
better.
dogs.
Only 7 points.
Don't watch me, man. Don't worry about me, man.
Yeah, man.
This is the real Premier League title race. This is the real race. Steve's got that one.
Really?
This one's the real one.
Can you go back there again?
This is where the party's at.
Did we say we're going to do predictions for the League Cup semi-final or not?
Yeah, we can be if you want. Don't mind.
I can't even remember what we said.
Extra points.
Might as well just leave it. Well, you know what?
What, to count in the table? To count in the
Yeah,
table?
Yeah.
Nah, don't be changing the rules. That's a Premier League prediction. See what I'm saying? You're changing the rules. Just 'cause I look at people in the chat, you see what he does? Because I've gone clear now. He started changing the rules.
Yeah, no, we probably shouldn't because we shouldn't do that.
Chris, why are you so upset, man?
I'm rooting for your club, and this is how you turn on me.
What do you mean you're rooting for my club? No, listen, no one asked you to do that for me, my guy. No one asked you. You should have just
Sally.
Italy in the summer. That's what you should have done.
Sally's giving you some advice there, Turkish.
Sally,
yeah, Sally in the comments. Give me a bit of advice.
Oh, because Turkish keeps predicting 3-1.
3-1. That is true. Like, always
He got one
3-1.
though. He got one this week, innit?
Yeah, to be fair, he did know, yeah.
He got one this week.
yeah, I did, man. Don't worry about it. Like I said, don't watch me, man. You lot all compete there, and then soon come, I'll just be in there. That's
Yeah,
it.
you lot talked a lot, like people like Steve and Toby started
Steve got
talking
that.
and smiling.
One, man.
Talking what?
Yeah,
How did he see that coming?
You've been talking the most about the prediction table all season.
I ain't talk shit.
Because you've been told.
I was
Yeah,
bottom of
you
the
have.
league, mate. I was bottom of the league, clear. And everyone was saying I was eating the chili. My head was
Matisse is
going to
sweating.
blow off and all that.
Okay, you got the trophy for that, Steve. Well, good, great trophy. You was off the bottom. You're off the bottom.
I'm coming, mate. Don't
Grizz,
worry.
you're doing at Arsenal. You're bragging when the season's not done yet.
Don't please.
I'm happy
please.
to take a participation award. You know, I'm just trying to not finish bottom. Do you know what I'm saying?
Tell me about it.
Hey, I'm gonna torture Toby because Toby was so close to a trophy there. I'm gonna torture Toby.
You actually have to design a trophy for Toby. Shall we do that?
Yeah.
You actually design a trophy if Toby wins it. Maybe that'd be good.
It's the history. It's the history.
Listen,
You know when Toby at the top, did you notice how calm I was? It's the history.
listen,
That is bad, man. Grizz, you're bad, you man.
before we call it a night over here, it is 11:45 p.m. UK time. I know you lot are tuning in from all over the world. Big up you guys because it's been a record-breaking show to start off the new year. 7.1k record numbers. You've hit the like button. I think we're above 3k now or near enough. So big up you guys for that. I'm hoping these, man, as soon as they log off and go to their channels, their subscribers have gone up. Steve, SAEED, GRIZZ, TOBS, and Matisse, all their channels below in the description. THUGGERY's too. So make sure you guys support that. And you know what? To start the new year, it makes sense to go back to where we began, which is Monday, 10 p.m. and Friday 10 p.m. So this Friday we are back 10 p.m. again, people. So make sure you guys check that out. Friday's one's going to be a League Cup review, obviously Arsenal, Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea, and a preview of the FA Cup weekend that's coming up too. So make sure you guys look out for that. And yeah, don't forget the socials too, at the Big Six Show, Instagram, Twitter. That's below as well. There's still 6.4K watching right now. So go and support the socials, get them going up, because that's where you'll see the schedule and you'll keep up to date with what's going on with the Big Six. Love for the love, people. Tune in Friday. We'll be back then. Peace.